I have recently collected almost 1,000 of these perfume testers, and we're going to make a dress out of them today. Yes, you heard that right. I'm going to make a fringy dress out of this, and I want it to be a little mod inspired. And yesterday I actually already went through the whole trouble of making the base of the dress and preparing it for today's step, which is attaching all the perfume testers and making the actual fringe of the dress. So let's just do a little rewind and I'll catch you up to speed with where we're at. The base of the dress, I'm keeping things actually quite simple because the fringe is the moment of the dress. Also, with a simple base, it makes it a lot easier to attach them all. This is the sketch that I made of the dress. As you can see, very simple, very chic. I already went ahead and whipped up a very quick draft. This was the very first mock-up I did, and it pretty much fit perfectly right away, which love when it happens. Some minor adjustments to make. I just want to raise the top a little bit, but this is essentially the dress shape. And I will add an invisible zipper on the side here. Now, of course, it's not strapless. I am going to add little straps. I was just a little bit too lazy to make little straps for the mock-up. I more wanted to make sure that it fit around my butt, and it did. So we can continue on with the draft. I chose this cotton for the base. It's a bit stiff, which is exactly what I want. It will like hold that little A-line shape. Oh, and I did decide the straps I'm doing out of a pure white cotton. Do I have that? Maybe I should check that first. Base of the dress is complete. Finito. At first I was going to put the invisible zipper in the center back, but I don't know how close I can get the perfume testers to the zipper, and I didn't want there to be like a visible line down the back where you know there's a zipper. So I moved it to the side so the dress really opens up and I can step into it without damaging, just because I feel like it's going to be a fragile kind of dress. Now we're on to the perfume testers, and I need to figure out actually how many I need for each side. The other day I counted all of them, and I have 993 perfume testers that I can use. So it's roughly like 500 each side, which I think is plenty, like more than enough. But I want to figure out exactly how much I need. On my swatch that I did last week, I actually put 10 in a row just to see how much length they would take up, and it was 4 inches. So I'm going to just measure the bottom of my dress to see what even the first row, how much that will be, and I will kind of space them out accordingly. Once I have that figured out, then I'll figure out the distance of how much I want them spaced apart. Finally completed the math. Kind of. I have a rough estimate of how much I need for each side, and I should have enough. I just drew on lines front and back. That way I can sew it a lot easier. I'll just line up the top of the perfume tester with the line, then I can just like whip through it a lot faster. But the past few days I've been debating something with myself, which is, do I keep these all white or do I paint them a fun color? Not the whole thing. I'm thinking to, like, if it's red, to just paint the bottom red and leave the tops white, because you can kind of see the tops underneath. That way it would give it a little bit more dimension, which I think could also be interesting. I kind of hate it. There's potential there, but I don't like it. That's why we made a swatch. We're not doing that. Now that you're up to speed, we are now going to attach all the perfume testers to this dress, and I think it's going to be a journey. Also, it's really cool today. We got snow. There's even a little bit of snow on the window. I didn't make a snowman yet, but hopefully it'll stay there on the ground so I can. Also, when I came up to the studio today, look what happened. All the painted ones just automatically curled up, which it's kind of fun. Like, we're not doing the paint. I decided I don't like that. But the movement of the curled testers, I love it. But let's get to attaching all the testers. Let's get started. I'm a bit nervous for this part because I've been thinking about this project ever since I got all the perfume testers. So it's been a while. Let's see what the easiest way is. Guys, I already know this is gonna take me hours. I just finished the very first row. I am obsessed. Oh my goodness, like this is so cool. And I kind of love that the bottom is dark. Makes it a little bit more interesting when things move. Oh, I love. Can we just appreciate how perfect I started on this one, and this is the last one. How perfectly they came together. So good. Now I'm just gonna put my headphones on and sew for the next several hours. It's been, I don't even know, definitely an hour. I'm watching a podcast. It's an hour 15, probably an hour and a half. And I'm a little over halfway, I think. But it's getting there. It's a journey, but it looks so cool. Halfway, I think I'm gonna keep going, but my arm, like this arm is so sore already just from like holding it up the whole time. I'm trying to sew like 4 or 5 in one go, but I have to hold them all flat and line them all up. So my arm is hurting. I think I'm gonna try and do one more row today, and then I'll keep sewing another row tomorrow. I ran out of the perfume testers and I'm so close to being done. I have only the top row to do and I need like 3 more to complete here. Then it would be done. Yeah, this is kind of annoying actually that I'm so close. So now I need to figure out a solution. You know what? I'm gonna just sleep on this because I'm actually also really sore after sewing all of this on. So I'm gonna sleep on it, think of options, and then I will see you tomorrow. It's actually been a few days. I have been thinking about what to do with the leftover part of the dress, and I think I'm just gonna use paper. Ooh, I don't even have cardstock. I just have like regular printing A4 paper. But it could be actually an advantage because this is like a funny shape. I was thinking I could just basically cut this to exactly fit this shape and I can just sew all along it and make it a fringe. Like it would actually clean it off quite well. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then also I'm gonna just make some fake perfume testers and cover this part up. It is under the arm, so it shouldn't be too noticeable, I don't think. So I cut a piece of paper that follows, and it's actually better like this, that follows the shape of the top of the dress here, like so. But the only thing is, it kind of like noticeably looks different. Like, I feel like you would tell, like, that's not the same. So then I experimented with like, what if I cut it even thinner? So it's like a really small fringe and it's like a detail on the top. This looks intentional. This looks like trying to fit in, but it doesn't. You can tell. I finished cutting the fringe for the top. It's so cute. And with the top layer, I actually made it a wee bit shorter just so there is more depth, I guess. I think it'll be nice. It'll be like this. Fringe. Okay, let's see how this turned out. Oh, this is crazy. Fringe is fringing. It's like an ASMR dress. This is the top. I'm gonna quickly whip up some straps and then we will do the final touch. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. I do have to trim like all of these threads on the back and I still want to curl them all because right now it's looking very like flat, but I want to have all the curls up, and I think that's gonna take a really long time, especially because I have to make sure I don't like pull it off the dress. So I'm going to curl all of this, and then I will show you the final dress on and styled. Breathe because I'm nervous.